Sunday morning to y'all, everybody. David Cook coming your way, driving through Mississippi. That's right. You know how I do. Left, East Coast, West Coast, back and forth, back and forth. Mostly Midwest and West, Texas. But I'm making a shift. I figured out that flatbed's not doing too well for my longevity. It's not only the physical work. The physical, I chose flatbed. Don't get me wrong. I chose it. I've been choosing any type of physical work I run after. I go for it. That's what I choose. That's what I've been choosing all my life. That's why I stay young. I'm not disciplined enough to to just sit around all day and do nothing and then go home and be a couch potato. What I'm saying is I'm not disciplined enough to go to the gym because I know if I let that kind of lifestyle, it ain't gonna work out for too long. I'd be like 6 feet under by now probably. But yeah, so anyways, I choose and I have chosen this type of physical work, specifically flatbedding. The reason I got into truck driving, all my life, I've told you guys this before. It's not something that I even consciously thought about, even subconsciously. I never ever imagined that I would be a truck driver. I don't know, maybe the image, I'm not saying that it was a consciously bad image in my mind. I never thought that, I would never be a truck. I never thought that growing up, or even in my 30s or 40s or 50s. I never thought that, but I think subconsciously, maybe somewhere in my mind, it was like, nah. Maybe my image of truck drivers wasn't bad, no, but maybe my image of truck drivers was like fat people that were just like, I'm a truck driver, and then everybody calls you driver. Hey, driver. I've always been more of anyways, I am who I am by the grace of God. So wherever God has led me, it's been a rewarding life, and I've been thankful for it, and I am thankful for it. But getting back to my point, I became a truck driver about 10 years, well, not quite. Yeah, I was thinking about it 10 years ago due to, came back to the States and things started, after living all my life in Japan. I grew up in Indiana, but I was born in Japan. And then I spent most of my time, my adult life, almost all of it in Japan. And in Asia, I should say, also. But anyways. So, I came back here, when you come back, when you go somewhere, you're starting over. And that's what I did. I had to start over. So I was like, I don't know what I can do. I'm just like an 18-year-old out of high school now, and I was already 50-something. How old was I? Like 55? I don't know. I was 52 when I came back. It's just like starting over. So that was a risk that I took. But was it a bad risk? Look, 10 years later, here I am, David Cook, enjoying life. God is good on this Sunday morning and every day. But yeah, I was started out, so I thought, okay, I could drive a truck. I never ever thought about that before, but the autonomy, and also I always did like driving. I'm not saying I like driving huge trucks. I don't know if you can see this load that I got, but it's huge. It's hanging off the side of the road on both sides. It's hanging over the edge. So anyways, that's why I choose to drive on the weekends. There's not so much traffic. It's very peaceful. The other day I was driving this load through Atlanta. Oh my God. Oh my God. And those people, they don't even care how close they get to you. And I can see it in there. I can just see the way they're driving around me. I hope he hits me type of thing. Maybe I can get some money. These people are just crazy. But anyway, it's okay. Just stay focused, David. Stay focused on what we were talking about. So yeah, I became a truck driver. The autonomy, I like driving. And, but I don't like stress, that's for sure. And I don't know if I'm a good driver. I was always a good driver from a young age, but driving huge rigs like this, I mean, it's all a mindset. It's a mindset. You got to have that proper mindset. You can't be scared. You can't be, like that. But anyways, so that's what I did. But from the beginning, I realized my first job, my very first job was flatbedding. Maverick Transportation out of North Little Rock, Arkansas. That was a good starter company. I would have stayed there, but things started falling apart real fast back home. And I can't talk about that. It's unbelievable. You can't talk about things because this is America. Yeah, you got a litigious country. It's the USA, man. You can't talk. You can't. You're not free in America. You can't talk about what you want to talk about. I mean, you could, but then somebody will take you to court. So that's just the way it is, man. You don't got your freedoms here. At least I feel that way. Living most of my life from outside of the U.S., I can see it from the outside. I love the U.S. I love it, but the society here. No comment. That's all I'm gonna say. People are good. All God's people are good. And this is God's chosen country. But we're at a crossroads right now. But anyway, back to my point. Yeah, I became a truck driver, and physical work is what I liked. I started off at flatbed, and I only did that for less than a year because things fell apart. I had to go back home, try to fix my, shut up, babe, shut up. I did nothing wrong, and I'm doing nothing wrong by talking about it, but shut up. Okay. So then from that point, I drove other things, and then I was locally for a while in Fort Wayne, and then I started doing Dollar General accounts. I liked that. That was hard work though too. That was really hard because you gotta. Yeah. Anyways, it was a lot of physical work, but the money was good. I was like, I had money. It was good, and I liked going into Dollar General. And since I was working in there anyways, I could, buy whatever I needed. But so driving gives you the autonomy. Nobody's screaming at you. You got your bed right back there on the truck. You look at God's beautiful creation every day. As I go my way, I can hear the people as they say. You know who sings that song? I bet you don't. If anybody knows who sings that song, let me know. Let me know. Yeah, every day as I go my way, I can hear the people as they say. I'm not going to sing the rest because you might know it, but I don't think you do. See, David Cook has wide depths of music. But that's my go-to. It's been my go-to for a long time. I got so many points. Man, I got showers for days. I got at least 12 showers lined up. I got showers coming out my, you know what, Loves. But I'm gonna stop at Loves near the Receiver right outside of Dallas. I'm getting there tonight. See, I'm not messing around with the Monday morning weigh stations and the DOT and all that. I'm driving, my load's bigger than that guy's load in front of me. That guy's got an oversized load too. Mine's wider than his. But it's about the same lightweight actually. But anyway, yeah, so yep, I'm doing this, but it's getting to be too much, so I have decided just to let you guys know that I'm getting away from flatbed. And see, the only problem with that is when you make a transition. See, I don't work for big companies. I don't drive for big. I'm a 1099, so don't think I'm an employee. I'm not a W-2. I'm just not one of those blind sheeps, whatever you want to call them. I might have been when I was in my 20s and 30s. But anyways, and I'm not blaming anybody for being that way, for choosing that kind of professional life or whatever you want to call it. I'm not, don't get me wrong. I don't want to sound all high and mighty, no. But I'm just saying, I'm a 1099. And, I mean, some people contact me and they say, oh, I heard they're doing a lot of layoffs. I hope you're not affected by it. Like, then I read the article, oh, companies are cutting all their staff. I'm not a staff. I'm not an employee. I provide services for companies. They need me. If they don't need... I don't work for a company. I work for the whole industry. And the trucking industry ain't going away. Yeah, I was kind of... I know for a while there was like, I'm not going to be defined as a trucker. That was that pride talking to me. I'm not going to be defined as a trucker. You know, because you guys don't even know what I'm talking about. But then here we go with the pride. The pride's starting to jump out. You guys don't know what I'm talking about. Because I did all kinds of stuff around the world. You name it, and I've done it. Pretty much. I mean, I'm not going to go into the depth right now. But it just seemed, here's the pride talking to me. It just seems, yeah, then I come back and then I drive a truck. Because the way you get treated, now that's the good thing about this new upcoming Amazon loads that I'm going to be doing. You guys don't know unless you drive a truck how you get treated. Man, I done snapped at these guys before, but most of the time I do what Jesus says, turn the other cheek, smile at them, love God and love people. Because you get attitudes like you ain't never seen when you come into some of these places. I mean, these people must have a tough life. They must be they must have no hope in life because they talk to you like you dirt, cheap, nothing. I mean, people be just like, oh man, can't believe this, the negativity, the toxicity, it's just deep. And it takes a real man to smile at all of that. Pray for him, I guess, because there's been times when I was like, man, why are you talking to me that way? What did I do to you? They don't get it. So I stopped doing that. I stopped getting offensive or acting, Anyway, so yeah, but I'm changing over because this is not good for my longevity because it's stressful. For the most part, the physical part is not hurting my longevity, except my joints. You know how it is when you get into your 60s. My joints, the arthritis in my fingers. You know how it is, but yeah, so that kind of does affect me a little bit. I can't just jump up on top of the trailer like a lot of the young guys do, but I can get up there. I will. But shoot, I gotta bounce in my step. That's how it is, man. You gotta have no matter how, man, you gotta have a bounce in your step. And but I'm shifting over to, I've put a lot of thought into it. Like everything else I do, I put a lot of thought into this. So I'll be changing over to drop and hook, if you know what I mean. Power only. If you're a trucker, you know what I mean. I'll be jumping over there. And what I like, what's coming up is the pay is comparable to this. That's the reason why I choose, not only for my physical health, to be active, to work your loads like a man should, but to get paid good. Because I remember, this is the line that I always say from way back when I started. I remember, most dudes are fat, overweight, and they say, I don't touch nothing. And I'm like, look at you. You can tell I don't say that. That's what I think. You can tell you don't touch nothing. Big old fat, oversized. But I ain't gonna say like that. But anyways, what I'm saying is, yeah, that's how I work my loads, is sweat, a good sweat. You know what I'm saying? Make your dinner taste So the good thing about Amazon, I don't got to deal with, that's the best part of my day is dealing with people. I tell you, man, when I was in Dollar General, whatever it was, good morning, man. Good morning, sir. How's your day? How you doing today? You know, that's a good feeling, you know. And yeah, there's some people that don't want to talk to you. That's okay. That's okay. You know, shine that light. Shine your light. I think that's something that most of us overlook every single day as you go your way. Shine your light. Make that light shine strong. Don't focus on your problems. I do it all the time. I find myself focusing on myself and on my little problems. That's the worst thing to do. Shift that focus to others around you because they are going through a lot of stuff. They might not seem like it on the surface, but if you're nice to one person or two people or everybody that you come in contact with, you're shining your light. And whether you know it or not, you're adding positivity to the world. So I like interacting with people. That's what I was saying. I like going to places, wherever it might be, you know, having them quick interactions with people, you know. And for the most part, I like going to these different shippers and different distribution centers and different receivers, and, you know, greeting people, talking to them, smile. That's just how I am. I'm not putting on a show. This is how I naturally am, and it feels good. Do what feels good to you. But for the most part, unfortunately, in the trucking industry, man, you get treated like poop. And sometimes, I mean, it builds you up. If you could take it properly and you can use it as a learning experience, as a building experience, you know, because if you believe in the Lord, He's using every experience to make you how He needs you to be because He loves you. And I've been through a lot of that. A lot of humility is needed. Don't ask for patience because, man, you be put through some stuff. You be like, man, I wish I didn't ask for patience for the Lord because He's making me learn how to be patient. And the same with humility, man. Don't ask to learn how to be humble. Woo! My goodness. I'm not even going to go into that, but you know what I'm talking about. You learn humility. That's right. And anyway, so I'm going over to Amazon, not working for the company Amazon, but delivering Amazon loads, because you know Amazon has thousands of subcontractor, small carriers or whatever you want to call them. So I'm going to a company that, and then again, I stay with small companies you guys have never heard of. I'm positive. Each company that I've been through, yeah, you might have heard of Maverick Transportation, my very first one, because they're not a small company. But the problem with them large companies I don't like, and I don't like it, is you're a number. Yeah, your individual dispatch will treat you as well, they know your name. David, how you doing today, David? Okay. But nobody else knows you. You're just a number. But I like that, David. That's what I like. I don't need to be known. Nobody needs to know me by my name. I don't mind being a number. As long as I get paid and I go home. Good for you. Good for you. That's fine. To each his own. Me, I just can't deal with that. When you've been on the international scale as a one of the leads in high valued, high intensity, high profile projects, international projects in marketing and different types of international management, and you really have value and you've given and you serve, it's kind of hard to be, but you got to be humble. You can stand up there on the big stage like I have, but you got to be able to turn right back around and be the doorman for people. Yes, because you got to knock that pride out. That pride got to go away. So basically, I'm going to be doing this, driving for a small company, and I believe they're good. Now, there's a risk in everywhere you go. But I've talked to the driver, one of the drivers there, and we became friends. I've never even met him before, and the good thing about this is, when you go to the Amazon facilities in a big truck, the check-in is automatic. Now get this. Now this is Amazon, so places like Tesla, Amazon, that's where you want to be a driver for. Even if you don't work for that company, if you work with a company affiliated with them, you're going to do all right. So the check-in, you don't have to talk to anybody. Now, I love talking to people. Don't get me wrong. I love talking to people. But I'm tired of the attitudes. That's most I say, man, you guys don't even know. 8 times out of 10, you're going to get a bad attitude when you check in with people at these trucking places. It's like they spit on you with their words. Man, it's talk about being humbled. Woo. Anyways, this Amazon thing is like, the check-in is like the camera or the reader or the sensor reads your license plate, which is already checked in with them, and the gate opens up. They tell you where to go. I mean, so I don't know how they're going to do it yet, because there's no human interaction. They say you'll know which dock to drop the trailer at and where to go to pick up the new trailer and go off to the next place. And sounds like a good deal. I won't have to get out and once again, don't get me wrong, I like getting out and working, but I'm going to take a break from that, because like I say, my joints, yeah, I need to rest from all that. But I don't want to be sitting around like this for 12 hours or however many hours a day driving in the truck, but that's definitely not good. That type of lifestyle. But I just want to fill you guys in. I'll be arriving tonight, Sunday night in Texas. See, I don't like to deal with the Monday morning stuff, man, because you're a big target. That's how they make their money. The DOT, the way stations, the highway patrol, the states of whatever state you're in, that's how they make their money. We got to make that quota. Got to pull over this many truck drivers because they're an easy target, and that's how we make our money. And I don't want to be one of them. So they don't, most of the time, for the most part, the weekends are good, or the middle of the night. You can't drive a load like this at nighttime. I mean, but anyways, so yeah, so I'm pulling in there tonight, Sunday night, and tomorrow morning I'll be ready to go. I already told this company that I'm just this flatbed, I put a lot of thought into it. It's just not doing good for my longevity like I thought it would. And surprisingly, they were fine with it. Because if you only own like 10 or 20 trucks, and one of them just stops running, there goes your revenue. All your trucks need to be running hard. So hopefully he'll find somebody to drive this truck. But I got all my stuff pretty much packed up. And then, so I'll deliver the load into Texas. Hopefully they'll get me a load. They will, not hopefully, get me a load from Texas, Dallas area, back to Chicago, where this truck will be returned. And coincidentally, the next trucking company and it's very small, and I'm not a number there. That's why I choose the small companies. I need to have like human interaction with the trucking company. They need to know me, Davey C, coming your way each and every day. I thought you knew when I get up, so here we go. They need to know me, So that's why I chose this small company. But anyway, even if I said their name, you would not know them. There's thousands and thousands of small companies. But one of them ripped me off big time. I think you guys might have known if you looked at some of my first videos. when I was in the Philippines, I was kind of mentioning it that, and I'm still working on getting that $8,500 back. Yeah, this dude probably think I forgot. I ain't forget. Dude better have my money. I ain't gonna say the other word, but yep, I've gotten the paper trail already started. I just got to find the right lawyer to work with me if they think I got a case, because I got it all laid out. I got all the messages, pay statements, everything. They just decided not to pay me. You can't do that. You can't hold somebody's earned income. Whatever your decision is, you cannot hold somebody's earned income. I don't know if you want to call it income because I'm a 1099, but anyway, it's all good because God is good. Thought you knew. You need to know. So, yeah, I'm working on getting that back. So I was hoping, I was thinking, and I'm still wondering. I mean, I'm still concerned just a little bit, which might not be warranted, but I got this coming. So last Friday, I got my pay, which was 2 days ago, deposited in my bank like normal. And then yesterday I told them, I'm ready to go. I got to go. I didn't say I was joining another company, but I just said flatbed is not good for my body, which, it's not. So surprisingly, I thought they was going to call me right away. Like, what's wrong? Because these people call me sir. They really like me, and they need me, but I'm sorry. I'm loyal to companies. I really am, and I'm sorry to do this, but I got to think about myself. In my 60s, doing flatbed, that's hard work, but it's the cortisol more than anything, the stress. Driving big loads like this. See, I'll just be driving normal loads when I drive Amazon, and Amazon trailers aren't even that full and that heavy. 25,000 pounds on average. That's nothing compared to 45,000. Anyways, so yep, that's what I'll be doing. I was worried because I got this. See, even if I leave tomorrow, well, I go back to Chicago and then drop off the truck. So by Tuesday, and then the other company is also in the Chicago area. So they're gonna get me an Uber or whatever to their yard. Get me started, do the urinalysis and all that, which I have no problem, so I don't do drugs. Good to go. Yeah, so, but I still, from this company right here, this load that I'm taking, this load right there, this load is a good load. It's very stressful though, but luckily I was able to drive it on the weekend, which really relieves a lot of stress. There's no scrutiny. There's no highway patrol all over the place, trying to think, what's this guy doing? Let me just pull him over and check his papers, because that's how they do. Man, this stuff is stressful. But anyways, so, yeah, this load right here will not come to pay. I will not get paid on this load until a week from this coming Friday, 2 weeks from 2 days ago, 2 weeks from last Friday. So that payday's coming. This load right here is one full payday in and of itself, which means it's a good load. Oversized loads are good loads, but they are stressful. They are stressful. Man, you don't know. Something could be sticking out on this side over here. You hit a pole or something. So anyways, yeah, and then this Friday I got a pay coming too. And I don't know what it is, but I'm kind of used to like these small companies, whether they feel inconvenienced or what the word is or what it is, but they decide they're going to nickel and dime you because, you don't work for me anymore anyway. I'm just guessing that's what they think. He don't work for me anymore anyway. I can go ahead and I don't need to pay him his full pay. Of course, I keep statements, I keep screenshots of all that stuff. I keep it all on my phone. I got it all, but so you got to take them to court, I guess, if they do that to you. That's a lot of work. And most of these carriers know. I mean, if they do cheat you like that, they know for the half the people they're not going to take me to court. Most guys, they just give up. Most drivers, they get cheated. They don't got time to like find a lawyer and do all this. They're out here driving all the time like this. That's the nature of the business. You gotta run hard. So most small carrier owners know that. Anyway, I'm not disparaging the business. There's a lot of good companies out there. And I think this one that I'm driving for currently right now is a good company. And I believe they will responsibly pay me my due this coming Friday and the final paycheck of next Friday. Not like that last one when I went overseas to Philippines. They decided not to pay me. They just said, I don't know, for whatever reason, they just didn't pay me. And I contacted them. They're like, what you talking about? So, yeah, they think they can get away with that. So I'm going to go ahead, and I didn't yell at them. See, that's what you don't do. Well, you didn't pay me, blah, blah, blah. No, not through words, not through text, not through none of that. I didn't yell or anything like that. Because I'm not stupid. So anyway, yeah. Is the cup half empty or is it half full? That's where it is. It's all up to you and your mindset. All right, guys. I'll keep you posted. Y'all have a great Sunday.